too long ago.
Oh, welcome to another podcast. It's episode, it's the Big 3-3.
32.
It's the Big 32. And,
I'm back to remembering what the numbers are.
yeah, we're back. We're back in normal order and normal fashion and
so
function.
We have another new follower.
Oh,
So
do
if you're
tell.
watching the pod, hello.
Do tell.
We got a couple, I think. We might have
Who?
two. I don't know.
I don't know who you're talking about.
I don't know. Let me look.
John, go look it up. While John's looking it up, I'm gonna remind everyone that summer's not over. Even though it's a rainy day, summer's not over until later this month. So we still have the song of the summer. It's 4th of July.
Mm-hmm.
Go listen to it everywhere you listen to music. And you're probably going to like it. But if you don't like it, that's okay too. Thanks for listening. But if you do like it, that's great. Then you could follow us and you could follow this podcast.
Yeah.
You could listen to us talk every week. While John's still, or do you have the information?
Yeah, so two new followers. Felipe Diaz de Souza. Thank you. Welcome to the Mac Mafia.
Thank you,
and
Felipe.
British Wilburn. Welcome.
What was that? What was the last one?
British Wilburn.
British Wilburn. Thank
I hope
you.
Actually, Britain doesn't burn.
Well, there's a new PM. There's a new Prime Minister of the United Kingdom.
Really?
Or, well, I guess of Great Britain, yeah.
As much as I love their music, I don't know nothing about.
I don't know that much about British politics. I do know that she's the third. She's the third female Prime Minister of Britain. I do know that she's succeeding Boris Johnson. And Boris Johnson was like the British Trump. He was nuts. I do know Brexit's weird. And I know that Europe is going through a recession the same way we are. But they have their whole life is set up different than ours. Like, they walk a lot more. So, like, their gas prices were always, like, incredibly higher than us. We make a lot of gas here. They don't make a lot of gas there.
Yeah.
That's, like, a real simple version.
I make about 10% of the gas in all of America.
And Delco has definitely seen a spike of gas emissions.
I was really killing it last night.
Oh, man.
Tiffany
I think you told me about it, and I was upset for her. I was upset for her. Yeah,
it was bad.
Yeah,
not to ruin.
You're ruining the
idea of
podcast.
how
You're
cool I am.
already. You're ruining the podcast.
If you guys really thought I was really cool, I'll surprise I fart.
Surprise! Yeah, John farts. Our younger audience is very upset.
So I want to talk about something that we don't usually talk about.
What are we talking about?
So we're both AEW fans.
Yes, we are.
We got into it.
Are we gonna get into this today on the podcast? I'm really excited for this.
During the pandemic, but I think you've been following a little bit longer.
Okay. Whenever you're ready to. Are we gonna give the whole background of our getting into it?
No.
Or are we just gonna talk about the drama?
We're just gonna go right into it. So,
all right.
So this is a story of fake people that fake fight.
Yeah.
Really fighting each other, and it's not just some random people.
This is crazy.
CM Punk, who is like a world superstar.
He's nuts.
And then the wrestlers that started the company, Kenny Omega and the Young Bucks.
Yeah, the Elite.
And they all got into a huge brawl, and CM Punk's friend threw a chair, and also he's also like a trainer or something. He threw a chair and busted one of the Young Bucks' eyes. CM Punk
he bit Kenny Omega.
And he bit Kenny Omega.
He bit him.
There was punches
and Velveteen
thrown.
Dream bit someone the other day, and he got arrested for it.
I don't know who that is.
He was an old WWE developmental guy.
Oh.
So everyone's like, what the fuck's going on with these wrestlers biting people?
Well, I mean, they do bite people. I mean, like, it's part of the gig.
Yeah, like, if you're a heel, confused. That's what you do. But
yeah, so now it's like you got to fire your biggest star.
It's crazy.
Ever.
So I think
I think you got to fire.
I don't know what the equivalent to another sport with this type of situation is. I don't know a good equivalent to like NBA or NFL.
Well, so Latrell Sprewell, but nowhere near as big as
that was
Punk.
That was the gun deal, wasn't it?
No, that was Gilbert Arenas.
That's way bigger than
this.
He
had a gun,
and he shot us. Didn't he shoot himself in the foot or something?
No. That was Plexico Burress in.
Yeah,
but he was in a club.
Yeah.
He wasn't like if you talk about someone trying to injure their teammates.
Yeah.
Latrell Sprewell choked out. I think it was George Carl. Like, choked out his coach.
He choked his coach out?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's worse. That's
Antonio Brown
worse.
a couple years ago, he wasn't violent, but he ripped all his uniform off and just left in the middle of a game. And, like,
blew
that was
kisses
bad to the crowd.
Yeah, that was bad. He was losing his mind. The CTE is real in the NFL.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, I don't think there's but on the level of as big as CM Punk is to that world,
yeah,
it would be like if Steph Curry or it'd be like if no, because I don't think he's that good actually.
Who?
CM Punk.
Compared to a lot of other people, no.
So I never seen him in his prime.
No.
I never cared about him until he came back to AEW.
Well, let's be real. Let's be real. When he was in his prime, it was like 2010 or 2009 to like 2013.
Yeah.
In WWE, and WWE was like, and still to a certain degree since Triple H took over, was basically unwatchable. And I think that's why a lot of people stop watching pro wrestling because it's goof. Well, even good pro wrestling is kind of goofy. If you're like if you take yourself way too serious, like if you can't suspend your disbelief for it, it's gonna be stupid to you. So at that period of time, it was really hard. Even like I like pro wrestling, but I wouldn't watch that period of WWE. Like I wouldn't do it. It's because it's bad. It's not good.
Yeah,
it's not good no matter how you shake it.
I stopped watching when I was a kid.
Yeah,
and the it was the only thing on during the pandemic, which because we started watching it together. Well, you started watching it before me.
So for me, one of our ex-band members was really into pro wrestling, so I kind of had like a little, and like he would show us stuff, and I thought it was interesting looking, but I never really went down the rabbit hole. And then like right before AEW started, I started watching a little bit of Japanese wrestling, which is way different. If you're someone that's only watched like Hulk Hogan and Steve Austin and The Rock, and you watch Japanese wrestling, it's completely different. They watch it like a sport.
They treat it like it's like the U.S. Open.
Well, also too, they are so like, I would punch you like if you're in a real fight, you punch someone in the face, you're trying to knock someone out. So you're hitting parts that aren't good to hit because you're trying to hurt someone. Mm-hmm. But there are parts of your body that you can hit that won't cause an injury. I mean, you'll be sore, but you won't be injured. So like when they chop each other, they're actually hitting each other.
Oh yeah,
it's that they're actually hitting. So you watch a lot of these matches now, they're beating the shit out of each other. So the crazy part about all this is that like some of the people that CM Punk didn't like, he had matches with.
Yeah.
So like they worked a match out together, and it was a good match too. Him versus Hangman Page was a good match. And now they're throwing chairs, and it's insane.
Yeah, I mean,
Sports Illustrated covered it.
It's really
for a number 2 wrestling company to have Sports Illustrated run a major article about your shit. There's a lot of crazy stuff going on there.
Yeah, I thought it was all. I this is what I really find interesting is like it's so when I watch it, I really feel like I'm watching like a play almost.
It's a male play soap opera for sure.
Yeah, like a male, but
there's a lot of female fans though. Yeah, there's a lot of everyone fans. I shouldn't just say male or female. Like everyone watches pro wrestling.
Yeah,
especially recently.
It's a violent soap opera.
Yeah, but let's be real. Mostly, it's a mostly male. It's kind of male centric for sure. It's definitely advertised towards men.
But what is that? But that's why I like it for like how like the drama, and then they beat the shit out of each other to solve their problems. It's like kind of fun.
Yeah, and the way they do it is interesting.
Storylines are really cool, but the fact that this is so real, it's like over.
Yeah.
He just was upset that Hangman, a guy CM Punk was arguing with.
Yep.
Kurt said something so minor.
Yeah.
In a promo 3 months ago.
That no one thought it was a big deal, and everyone forgot it. When we watched that together because we watch it together every Wednesday.
I didn't know what CM Punk was upset about until they replayed it. I couldn't remember.
So like I thought he was just trying to say you're full of shit, and there was just a way him say full of shit because we don't fucking what the fuck do we know? We just watch it every week. Mm-hmm. How would you know?
Yeah.
But I guess it goes to show you on a different level when you're a top guy in any business. Like you would if you're
I am,
like John is. If you're like a CEO, you're the head of a department, or you're someone of any prominence, you take on a lot of responsibility how you carry yourself. And for him to go off in so he went off in like a press conference basically. It's a media scrum where they interview people after, and it's remember it's pro wrestling. Half of it's supposed to be, a lot of it's supposed to just be like this is my character, and it's kind of realistic, but it's still fake. I don't actually hate these people. I'm just a character in a play, basically. But he went off. He embarrassed the fucking owner of the company, and it's like an NBA player. Like sometimes they go off post game, or any sport.
This would be like if this is literally the best example. It would be like if Kobe and Shaq, instead of like them doing that weird rap battle and them, it would be like if they went backstage after a finals like win and got into a huge fist fight with each other, and then the police were called to break it up. That's what it would be like. That's the level of superstar in their company, in their sport. And obviously, Shaq and Kobe are bigger.
So like, it's
names,
like big talents. People that are
it's that crazy.
People
so
that are people that are stars.
So
it's nuts. Yeah, everyone who's involved is basically a big star in their own right, in their own divisions, and I think UFC is probably the best thing you can use to compare it. Probably because that's actually real fights, and this drama shit happens there too. There have been fights where people try to fight each other during the press conference.
That's a great one to compare it to. It's Conor McGregor and Khabib.
Yeah, so like all the shit that happened after the fight, this is like a shade below that. Because that happened in public. He ran out into an active crowd.
Yeah, well,
that was probably a situation that was worse.
Before that, Conor McGregor threw the chair through the bus window.
Yeah, that was definitely worse. But as far as intrigue into what's going on, this is about as big as it gets in pro wrestling. Maybe like the Montreal Screwjob is like bigger.
Yeah.
Or like just as big, because Vince McMahon was knocked out backstage after that. Bret Hart legit knocked him out. So that might be one of the only ones that you could kind of say this is comparable. There's a lot like Bret Hart and Shawn Michaels had a lot of this shit in '97.
I think that's a little bit. I think that's a little bit crazier because he was cheated during the match.
Yeah. I mean
he thought he was going to win, and then
that was just
Vince McMahon made the ref change the thing on the fly without him knowing.
I think because that's the idea of that is it's the top person in the company doing something they shouldn't do.
Yeah.
Whereas this is...
Which Vince McMahon did a bunch of times.
He did a lot, yeah.
Hell, isn't it the craziest story of 2022 that Vince McMahon...
Dude, Steve Austin came out of retirement this year.
Yeah.
That would be the biggest story in most years ever. He came out of retirement. The biggest pro wrestler ever came out of retirement and had a great match at WrestleMania. It's in
the top 5.
It's in the top 10. Because Cody left, that was bigger. This happened, that was bigger. This is bigger.
Vince McMahon.
Both
Vince McMahon things.
Yeah. Vince McMahon, the scandal of this, and then him retiring, that's 2. Even Triple H taking over head of creative. I mean, that's kind of all related to the same story, but it's still pretty crazy.
How about earlier in the year, Stephanie McMahon going on leave, but then all the executives were like, "Yeah, she ain't
shit." They put that out because they wanted to keep the stock price high,
and now she's their boss.
And everyone's like, all right, cool. I think it's because you don't have a 70-something-year-old creep trying to molest half of the staff at like any given time.
Yeah.
I think that probably helps company morale.
It's a crazy world to be in.
Yeah, it definitely is.
It's a crazy world to observe because we're not in it.
Yeah, we do have, maybe at some point we could, if we're talking about this kind of shit, maybe we can have them on. We do have a member of the Mac Mafia. They're one of their family members is a pro wrestler, and had a title match on Monday.
We also have a member of the Mac Mafia who was a commentator in a low-level Japan.
Oh yeah. Yes, we do. There are ties.
Yeah.
There's definitely ties.
We're friends with a photographer who takes pictures of indie shows.
And listen, man, she got some of the best pictures that we've ever. Yeah. We'll give her a shout out. Shout out to Liv. I do not know how to pronounce her last name. Liv Fultony. Fultony.
Whatever. She's excellent.
Fultany.
She took great pictures of us when we played at the Barbary.
It was the Barbary.
It was the Barbary, and
I remember there was some pretentious LA dudes there.
Oh my God, that guy!
That was crazy.
I'm not going to say his name because I forget.
I don't remember their names either.
But Hellings.
Hellings, yeah.
So, we probably shouldn't have said his name.
Not a bad band, but they were pretty pretentious.
No. There's legal allegations against him that he beat the shit out of his girlfriend, who was there. We met her as well.
No shit.
Yeah, and she posted a picture of herself with a fucking big black eye and a busted lip. And she was like, "This fucking dude did it to me." And then old people were commenting like, "Yeah, no, he beat me too. Like
Get the fuck out.
I barely got out of there alive." And then other people were commenting on her picture, calling her like a piece of shit and all. So actually, you know what? What's the worst thing that can happen if we say Brett Hellings?
Listen, these are allegations.
Monster?
We're not saying it happened. We don't know these people.
He was an asshole, even if he didn't.
But he was kind of a jerk at the show.
They were pretentious. Hey, yeah, like they, I don't know how old he is, but he looked like he was 60.
Yeah, I actually think he was probably younger than you.
He looked like a Sunset Boulevard guy that performs like on top of the stars in like where the Walk of Hollywood.
He didn't even look that.
If he had like a
no, those guys are still there making money.
Yeah, I don't know.
He was at the Barbary not making money.
We
drew more than they did.
We definitely drew more than they did, but
we shouldn't have been on that bill. By the way, that bill was like heavy. Was like a lot of heavy shit.
We were the best band. We're usually we're usually top 2 best bands wherever we play.
Yes, I would say that.
And we were number 1 that night.
You know what though? Honestly, if you don't feel that way about yourself, you probably shouldn't keep playing gigs. Like if you keep going to shows over and over, if you played as many shows as we did, and you're like, we're probably in the bottom 2 bands every show we played, you probably should stop.
If you're not opening for like the fucking Kings of Leon, and you're not leaving a show going, we fucking killed, or like you can have a bad gig, but like
I don't know what you're saying anymore. I don't know what you're talking about.
I don't either. We're excellent.
Are you drinking old man juice?
This is a Premier protein shake, and it's keto.
Ah, keto.
It's only 3 carbs, 30
keto.
grams
I like
of protein. I'm starting to bulk up.
By the way, can we just acknowledge real quick?
Lifting a lot.
Can we just acknowledge real? Let me see what the time is. This is going to be a short one today, guys. Can we just acknowledge real quick? So one, I probably gave it a shout out on the last podcast. I don't remember if I did though, but I watched this like 6-hour Louis C.K. presidential podcast.
Oh yeah.
Which was fantastic.
So good.
And then after that, I watched the prologue. So they're not even technically a part of the series. But Oliver Stone's Untold United States, the history of the United States, which is fucking great. Can we just acknowledge, like, if you watch that, especially that podcast, right, and then you watch some, like, really good, like, Ken Burns or some really good American history documentaries or read some really good American history shit, you can understand how fucking crazy all this shit that's going on right now is that's, like, we're so desensitized to. Like, Trump stole, like, nuclear documents.
Oh, yeah.
And, like, there were, like, foreign countries, all their nuclear shit, and he just had it in Mar-a-Lago. Like several Chinese people broke in to Mar-a-Lago. Like, there's people that just wandered into Mar-a-Lago. Like, they wandered in. They're like, how did I get in here?
And they could have just grabbed...
There's people that got, like... that infiltrated Mar-a-Lago. Like, there's stories out there that it's happened before.
Oh, wasn't there like a couple too? Was that?
No, they were the White House couple.
Oh,
like,
the White House
yeah,
couple,
that was when Obama was the president, and they snuck into. They got past Secret Service.
I watched the thing.
But the point I'm trying to make is, it's fucking crazy that all this is going on, and it's kind of just like,
I know.
This would take down any other person would be taken down. A lot of people have been killed over this kind of stuff.
If this happened 20 years ago without social media, who knows how we all would have felt about it?
I think we would feel a lot better.
We would all feel a lot better, but what would we think about certain people?
I think if this was 20 years ago...
There'd be less misinformation and there'd be less just shit constantly, so that we would obviously... We would all have our
but then how would we,
morals more together.
But, like... So another point that was made... that I think is true. Like, I feel like people our age that, like, that have experienced social media for a while and kind of use it very fluently. Fluent social media users can really pick up on bullshit pretty quickly.
Yeah.
And I mean, I see bullshit getting better and better. It's like harder to spot all the time. But I feel like we have a good bullshit radar. Like, if something's not real, we're not interested in it.
Yeah.
Like, it's
besides
just
wrestling.
Yeah, exactly. But that's fucking fiction. If you can watch the new Game of Thrones show,
which is incredible,
which is so good. If you can watch that and go, man, that dragon really breathes hot fire, then you could go wow, that was a great wrestling. That was a great pro wrestling match. You know they're not getting fucked. You already know it going in. Like, if you can enjoy a show that's clearly fiction, or you could go see a play, especially if you're someone that you can go and enjoy plays, you can definitely enjoy this.
Yeah.
Or you should, or it's hypocritical to criticize other people to not enjoy it. I think it's just another form of fiction.
Well, if you come to one of our shows, you realize we're lip syncing and we're not playing our instruments.
Yeah, exactly.
It's the same thing, but you still enjoy it because it's the music that other people made that we were covering.
And everyone likes to watch John.
Yeah,
everyone just likes to watch
people
John.
Just like to look at me.
At our last show, I had to tune. So usually when I have to tune, and this goes to anyone that goes to our shows, just stare at John. Don't say anything. Don't clap. Just stare at him, and then that'll work out good. I think as we play more gigs this year, I definitely think like we could do Tales from the Road. We can, but that'll suck if like we'll do a show. It might sound like, oh, they're gonna get some great stories out of this one. It's like, nah, we went there, everyone was nice, and we had a good set, and we went home.
Yeah.
Like, that's not gonna make for good entertainment.
Well, we already have a Tales from the Road called Mac Memories.
Oh yeah, Mac Memory. Yeah, listen, guys. So
it's our gig vlog.
Our most recent one was when we played with Bees. Go check that out. That was John did a really, really great job splicing that together.
Yeah, I did that.
He did that. Go check that out. That's really fun.
And then, I guess before we leave, I would like to plug... I just got to make sure I got this. So, speaking of Bees and speaking of Scoopski, we bring up... I feel like we bring up every week. Like, they're good friends of ours.
They're definitely affiliates of the Mac Mafia.
There's a Part-Time Rockstar Fest. It's a Part-Time Rockstar is a podcast, which if any of you are watching from Part-Time, get us on the fucking show. I DM'd you.
Yo.
You comment to us, but you ain't DMing us back? Grow up.
Part-Time guys. That's John. It's because they're part-time.
Yeah, you know what? That's true. I guess I shouldn't be too upset. If this is your part-time
Cut him a break.
Yeah. I mean, you're off the clock.
Cut the guy a fucking break, would you?
But it's in Millersville, PA, Part-Time Rockstar Fest, featuring Scoopski and Bees and a whole bunch of other bands. But go out there and
go check those guys out. Go see our friends. Go see our
maybe
buddies.
You'll see us there. I don't know. I don't. What date is it?
I don't know what day it is.
I didn't say what day it is. Oh, it's what is it?
Millville.
Saturday in Millville.
Oh, this Saturday.
Rockstar Fest.
Oh, I have some news. Oh, I'm sorry. I interrupted your plug.
Bees and Scoopski.
Go check them out. Guess what I'm doing tomorrow?
What?
I'm getting the new booster.
Oh yeah, you're getting
Emma Flu Boy. So I'm gonna report to everyone next Wednesday and let everyone know what's up with the new big scary booster.
How many fingers will you have by then?
I actually had to chop 2 off from all the last vaccines. So, listen. So I had a discussion, and then we have 7 minutes left. We got a half hour today, guys. You know why we have a half hour? Because we're also busy working in the studio on new music that you will hear soon. You will hear soon. We're in the what are we going to call that?
Sounds like we're in the fucking crash zone.
It does. What are we going to call our upstairs?
Well, we're still going to call it Mac Alley Studios.
So Mac Alley Studios is we're working out of our little. It's still in progress, but it's the furthest along it's ever been. So we're in a good place,
and it's still it's still usable.
Yeah. And it's only getting more usable. So we're in a good place with that, and we have new music coming out soon, and we have to finish it up. So, sometimes you can't have an hour and a half long podcast.
Speaking of the part-time...
Did
that ruin that?
I don't think it did. I think we're fine. Yeah, we're still on. Yeah, I got a phone call, and it took over my computer. So here's the deal.
Speaking of part-time, we have 3 full-time jobs.
Here's the deal.
Creators, musicians... and our other jobs. And security professionals.
And our other security professionals.
I'm actually a professional in 4
So here's
places.
here's the thing. Since I'm getting this vaccine, I wanted to talk for a minute about vaccines. I was having a conversation with a coworker about vaccines, and they were telling me they're skeptical about it. And so I asked them if you're skeptical. Are you skeptical about flu shots? Yeah. And they're like, I don't really think about flu shots. They didn't say that, but just their answer, if you could sum it up, was, I don't really pay attention to that.
Yeah.
Are you skeptical about like the tetanus shot? Are you skeptical like there was a big polio vaccine, everyone was vaccinated for it. There's no more polio. Are you skeptical about that? So like no. So I was like, well, my thing is anyone you have to be skeptical. Like so like if you're an anti-vaxxer and you're like I don't do vaccines, well, I think you're stupid, but at least you're consistent.
Yeah.
If you're someone that's going to pick and choose, this is a good vaccine, but this is not a good vaccine. Yeah. Like, do you know anyone that died from the COVID vaccine?
Show me me personally.
You personally?
No, but I've killed people in line waiting.
Yeah,
so
but
they died for it, but not from it.
That's a good point. That's a good point. So yeah, if you're skeptical about shit, guys, just be consistent. Doesn't mean you need to be anti-vax. I'm skeptical about shit too. It doesn't mean that I can't partake in it. You know.
Yeah.
If you're gonna do something in life, you know, it's fair to be skeptical about it.
I don't know. Tell me the ingredients in your the shit that you're eating.
Exactly. Tell me. What are the ingredients?
Well, I could tell you the ingredients. There's actually a lot of chemicals in those. I don't know if it's chemicals per se. Yeah. Artificial flavors.
So here's the thing:
sunflower oil, which is rapeseed oil. Or no.
That's canola oil. Is rapeseed oil.
Sucralose.
If
you can't pronounce something that's in your food, and you're still eating it, don't tell me nothing about the vaccine.
I completely agree with that because these people don't know what the fuck is going on, and they pick 3 things to be skeptical about their whole lives. And it's like that. This is the first thing you picked up on. This is the first thing you feel like you're being deceived on is the vaccine. This is it. This is the first one. Yeah, every single thing around you is a fucking lie. And you haven't questioned any of it yet. And you're going to question this?
Yeah.
I know people that are skeptical of the vaccine, but they don't wash their fucking hands. How fucking stupid are you?
There's a guy in my work.
There's a guy.
He spits all over the bathroom floors.
Ew.
Pig.
What a fucking pig.
Just the biggest piece of shit.
Jesus Christ.
So he does it. He only does it when he does it everywhere, but he does it like mostly when he's shitting. And I already told HR about it, and they haven't done shit about it. But so now I just shame him while I pee and he's pooping.
Mm-hmm.
And he doesn't know that I know who he is. But he definitely knows that I know that someone's doing it.
Yeah.
Because when he's shitting, I'm going, ugh, what a fucking pig.
Yeah, it's fantastic.
Yeah. I don't like, I mean, like, literally, it's like, what I do is, like, one step from, like, banging the door and going, who the fuck's this? Like,
yeah.
But I know who it is. And if I'm ever at a work party and I'm drinking, I'm going to corner him. And I'm going to be like,
why do you spit on the fucking floor?
Don't spit on that fucking floor again.
Dude, there's so many fucking dirt balls. There's so many dirt balls.
Disgusting.
And
I'd really be like, oh my God.
Here's my thing.
Gross. Well,
if you're like, I don't want to get the shot because I'm skeptical of it, right? But you're like, I wear my mask and I'm very clean and I'm very conscientious of what's around me. And you're like, but for some reason, I don't want to take the shot. You know what I mean? I'm still going to think you're stupid for not taking the vaccine. But at least I'm going to go, well, at least they're still trying to be somewhat safe.
Yeah.
But if you're someone that's
I'm more skeptical of masks than the fucking vaccine.
So like cloth masks, definitely. So like but all these things have been tested now. The only masks that legitimately work are like K8 like N95 masks.
Yeah.
K8 like the fucking crazy ones,
mm-hmm.
They work really well. Disposable masks only add up to 30% protection from the vaccine, like the surgical mask. If you double mask, it's like in the 50s. So those are the numbers. So here's my thing, right? You're skeptical about it. You look it up. You see the information. Oh, okay, there it is. That's what a skeptical person does. But if you question every single thing that ever happens, you're not going to think anything's real, and then nothing's going to be true. and you're just gonna live a fucking stupid life.
That's what I think these people get. I think that's like they really get insane about it. Like they start to get insane about everything, and then everything's a conspiracy, and then it's like it's like what Louis C.K. said. The lead on Louis C.K. note. Of course, George Bush blew up the World Trade Center. He did it in front of us. It's not a conspiracy. Stop putting your energy in the wrong direction.
No, it's even George Carlin. The George sorry, there's lots of stuff going on around this.
Yeah.
George Carlin was talking about the presidents, and he goes, "At least you knew Bill Clinton was full of shit."
Yeah.
He was full of shit right in front. He said, "Hi, I'm Bill Clinton. I'm full of shit." All right, everyone. Thank you for watching again. We enjoy doing this, but we have to go make music now. So,
if you are new, thank you for following. Thank you for subscribing. Tell your friends. If you're old, continue
to
watch. If you are in the middle,
if you're in the middle, get old and keep watching. You know, China's life expectancy has passed ours for the first time.
China.
I
would think they would have been further along.
China. The whole country?
I guess a lot of the.
Do you know where it was in like 1960? It was like 43 years old.
No, it was not. Really?
Dude, look it up.
Oh my God.
They just surpassed us. They surpassed us in
like
60 years. They surpassed 50, 60 years. They passed.
Wow.
You know why? Because they have socialized fucking medicine.
Yeah, you think if you think Republicans or Democrats are full of shit and not both, then unsubscribe.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, well, thank you for everyone for watching, and for all the people that just unsubscribed. Thanks for staying with us for as long as you did.
Yeah.
Have a nice night. So long.
Be safe.
Bye. Be kind. Let everyone know. Take the vaccine too, you idiots.
Let them know that we exist.